You're watching Hometown Living with Jackie Sharpley and Craig Gibson. Live from WSBT 22 Studios, this is Hometown Living.
Good morning and welcome to Hometown Living. I'm Jackie Sharpley.
And I'm Craig Gibson. Happy Hump Day.
Yes,
right?
Happy Wednesday.
So, Jackie, do you like to get out of town? Do you like to travel?
I do love to travel. I really do. I think I appreciate it more now becoming a mother. I love to just kind of get out of Dodge. Do you like to travel?
Oh
that shouldn't be a question because you're always talking about where you've been, what show you're seeing.
My feet are in the street all the time.
Yeah.
But like with a 2-year-old, I mean, it would be challenging, I think, to kind of schlep all that stuff along.
It is. I mean, I take the pack mule with me and the caravan and the potty seat and all of the things. It is a little bit stressful traveling when you have little ones in tow.
Right. So recently I was going to Florida in January and got on a kind of a cheap flight, you know, we have those around here.
We gotta save a few pennies.
And I won't do that again.
Okay, because why?
So we're, you know, I get on the plane and the stewardess comes around and I knew I was in trouble when I heard 6 Bloody Marys and 4 white wines were being ordered. And it was 7:05 in the morning.
Okay.
So I thought,
so you're like,
I'm going to need a double shot of Diet Coke to get through this.
Because that's
with these
your
folks.
hard drink.
Right. And so we get into the air, we get to Florida, and there was a accident on the runway, and so we had to circle.
So you're just circling?
In the air. And then they diverted us to another airport because they couldn't get it cleaned up enough time. And so then that airport couldn't land us. And then we ran out of gas. So, And so they
I'm
had
sweating.
So they had to land us in a field. Like
Did you get out in the grass?
Next to the runway. No, they wouldn't. So then we're sitting there, and I was like, well, I have to go to the bathroom because that's just what I have to do all the time. And so I get up to do it, and the stewardess was like, sit down. And she snapped at me, and I was like, I need to go take care of this, but when I come back, I'm going to take care of you. And so then I go to the restroom, and I come out of the restroom, and like everyone on the airplane is like this down the aisle looking. Then I had to school her a little bit. Her name was Joyce.
We won't say which airline, but it sounds a little bit stressful, and you're not alone in the travel stress. So if you're thinking of flying away on a vacation to get away from the stress of your daily life, think again. The travel website, The Points Guy, surveyed more than 2,300 adults in the U.S., and more than half of the recent flyers said going to work is less stressful than air travel. 44% said going to the dentist is less stressful, and about 1/3 said going to the DMV or filing their taxes is less stressful.
Well, these people just need to calm down.
They do need to calm down.
I mean, that's just crazy.
But I think going to the dentist is way more stressful than getting on an airplane.
Oh yeah, I don't think what is there to be stressful about on an airplane? You go through, I mean, it's a hassle to go through the security and all of that stuff, but you're like setting yourself up, it's your chill time. You're supposed to be having a good time.
Yeah, you don't have toddlers.
I travel with kids a lot.
You do travel with kids a lot. I think it's different maybe when it's your own. I've actually never flown with my toddler, and there's a good reason for it.
Are you kidding me? It's harder.
I've never flown with her.
It is so much harder when it's somebody else's kid because you're responsible. Like, I'll take 20 kids to New York.
Okay, I get that.
You know, and that's a lot of stress.
But I just mean I'm more self-conscious and self-aware. I know kids are kids and they cry, and so when there's other kids crying on an airplane, it doesn't bother me. But I think when I would have my own, I would be so nervous that it would disrupt people and how it was going to go.
The real solution here is just fly privately. I mean, who does the commercial thing anymore anyway?
I know, we need to.
My goodness.
You need to take me with you. So have you heard about the new bar called The Garage? It's a free play arcade bar in downtown South Bend.
Oh, Jackie and I got a chance to try some of the games out, brought back my inner 80s child.
It did.
They have great food, great drinks, and so much fun. So take a look.
Hi everybody, we're here at the Garage Arcade and Bar. We're ready to check out some games.
Right here in downtown South Bend. I have not had this much fun since before Jackie was born.
Probably not, because they're all nostalgic games, which is really amazing.
Miss Pac-Man,
Mario Brothers,
Cuber, and our favorite, Skee Ball.
We get a little bit
which
competitive.
We're gonna have, oh my gosh, you don't even know. Competitive. We are gonna see who the champion is today.
Yep, so we are gonna check it out.
And if it's Jackie, we're gonna do a retake. Right?
If I win,
that's right.
You're going down. You're going down.
I don't like it. But this is a really cool space in downtown South Bend. Great for nightlife. 21 and over because it is a bar, but this was a garage,
And
automobile
that's that
garage.
feel, like you're just at, you know, the cool kid on the block, their garage with all the vintage games.
We feel like we're in Grease, the musical.
Is that how you feel?
I do a little bit.
Is that how you feel? So
Summer lovin', not today, not this week, right?
Yeah, but you're definitely going to have a blast because the games are all free.
They're all free.
They're all free, so you want to come in and drink and have an amazing time playing your games. Bring your whole group of people because that way you can get a little competitive.
Yeah, and they have all these arcade games, old-fashioned kind, and then upstairs they have a gaming station. The last game I played was like on an Atari 2000, so I'm out of my element a little bit upstairs, but downstairs I'm going to rule.
I never had an Atari.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me what that is.
Young girl.
So let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, go. Oh, it shoots out the other side. Okay.
Okay. Oh,
All right.
no.
Oh,
I don't like it. No, got it, good.
Oh. It's good, like, hand-eye coordination right here. Oh. Well, we just played some games.
And I was the victor.
Okay, we'll go with that. I'll let you win for today. But we are at a bar, so we definitely need to check out some of their great cocktails.
Do you come here often?
I could come here more often. So
fun, right?
Yeah, I can't wait to share a little bit more with you tomorrow because they have amazing drink specials.
And
so
food.
fun.
I'm still that like Oriental wrap. I'm still kind of like craving it.
That's a little tease for tomorrow.
And of course, you know, we're all going to want to really tune in to see who was the skeet ball champion.
The suspense is going to be killing you till tomorrow. So tune in and see more about the Garage Arcade and Bar.
And you can always keep up with Jackie and I on our Hometown Living social media, on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of those things. So check those out. Like us, thumbs up, follow, do all of those social media things.
Follow us at Hometown Living WSBT. And up next, it's a Wild Wednesday. The Potawatomi Zoo is here with details on the last Winter Day specials, and they brought with them a furry little friend. Stay tuned.
This segment is sponsored by the Potawatomi Zoo.
The oldest zoo in Indiana is the Potawatomi Zoo, featuring over 500 animals with fun activities for everyone.
And every week we're going to have a feature and highlight some of the animals and the events from the zoo. So joining us today is the Executive Director, Josh Sisk from the Potawatomi Zoo. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you, and thanks for having us. Yeah, this is great.
We are so excited. I'm members of the Potawatomi Zoo. I have a 2-year-old, and so we probably went at least once a week, and I think I have the zoo animals in order, and there are over 500. We never, I feel like we are always highlighting a different animal every time we go. So tell us a little bit about some of the conservation that you guys do, the education, just because you have so many animals that you want to teach the community about.
Absolutely. You know, and I tell people, if you have not been to the zoo recently, you've got to come, because the zoo, I call it a revitalization period. I mean, it's what brought me out here from Los Angeles as the director. The zoo is just changing, and
it's
so
beautiful.
Every visit, whether it's pathways, new habitats, just upgrades, and there's a lot to come. So it's really exciting to see.
And booze, I understand.
And yes, we now serve alcohol, so wine and beer. So it's not just the place. You know, I'll hear a lot, you know, well, I don't go because I don't have kids. It's like, it's not a kid. I mean, you can come anytime. So there's a lot of changes, and we're really excited this year, especially speaking of booze. We're going to be staying open till 8 o'clock in the summertime. So
I love
rolling
that.
up the street.
Well, not just for that reason, but a lot of working families as well. It sometimes was harder to get out there in the late afternoon.
Absolutely. You know, and as a community zoo, we want to be accessible to everyone. So we want people to be able to come after work. And you know, in summertime, it gets dark at 9 o'clock at night, almost 10 sometimes. So why not stay open till 8? Come and have a drink and walk the zoo.
Have a little sunset sip with the lions.
Exactly.
Oh, I think
Doesn't that sound romantic?
we should. Oh,
doesn't it? We'll leave the kids at home for that one, right?
Yeah.
But you had some newer animals coming. I know we're really excited this summer to see the rhino and some other animals that you've got on cue for the summer.
Absolutely. Yeah. So as the zoo's modernized, I mean, what was really exciting is the southern white rhino came in I believe October. So a lot of people didn't get to see the rhino before we opened. We opened April 3rd, and we're going to be debuting Masamba, the male white rhino. So we're so excited about that. That'll be huge for the zoo.
It's like the Lion King all over, right?
It is. Yeah, we had Lion King on yesterday, and now we're talking about debuting the rhino. That we're so excited.
And they have, they have such an important conservation message, and that's what we're about: education and conservation. Of course, it's entertaining to go to the zoo. We have the little Ferris wheel and the not Ferris wheel, carousel, and the train. But we
could get a Ferris wheel. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we could. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit of high height.
Six Flags over Potawatomi.
But we really want to focus on conservation and education. That's what we want people to get out of the house, come learn about these animals, learn about what's happening to endangered species in the wild, while at the same time just having a great experience at the zoo. So it's great. It's like a jewel we have right here in the community.
I'm curious about how you get the animals. Like when I've gone before, I'm like, where did that come from?
That's a very interesting question. So as an accredited zoo, there's only 216 accredited zoos across the country. We all work together as a network, and it's all about sustaining species. We want to make sure in 100 years that we have these species. So we, as individuals in the zoos, manage these populations. So there are a group of people that just manage rhinos. And when we decided we wanted a rhino, they have genetics in this computer system. It's like a dating game. They can figure out who needs to match with who, where they need to go.
It's like one of those trashy things you like to watch on TV.
It's a reality show for rhinos.
Yeah, exactly. There should be a show on this, actually, just on how we match animals.
Love or whatever.
Love is blind.
Love is blind.
But like this rhino, we got a recommendation from the safari park in San Diego, and we coordinated him arriving. They have crates for rhinos and haulers that bring them up to the zoos, and it's a huge coordination, as you can imagine, though.
Right. And I love, as you said, about the education and the conservation. You have classes from kids all the way through adults. So tell us a little bit about those programs and how we can get involved or sign up.
Absolutely. If you check out our website, PotawatomiZoo.org, you can see all the different education programs. We have summer camps coming up. We have sleepovers, and it's just a chance for we're actually going to do an adult sleepover. Yeah, that'll be
pajamas optional.
That's a different conversation for another day.
I was going to say that I was going to be doing this, but I don't know about that. We'll see about that.
But you'd have to screen those people.
Yes, that's right.
I could be on that committee.
But what are you really you're striving to teach them not only about the animals, but kind of how to take care of them and how we can kind of take care of their environment as well. And have fun.
So for me, maybe I'm not the biggest animal person.
I love animals.
But we just went to the fundraiser a couple weeks ago, and got my paddle on.
Yeah, for the zoo.
Yeah, but membership is a key to your success, right? So can you maybe talk a little bit about how I could become a member, what the benefits of membership are?
Yeah, you can sign up as a member online, but what's great about it is, as a member, we're a small zoo, so people always say, we love going to the bigger zoos, but we love being able to come to Potawatomi. You can come in 2 hours and you can leave. So
I love that.
Our members, we'll have people come multiple times a week, and
Jackie's stalking you.
That's why
I thought I saw her running around the zoo.
I know. No, we go all the time because I don't have to dedicate an entire day. We can wake up and the sun is shining, and we know that we can make it around the zoo in an hour or longer if we want and still get lunch. So I think it's one of the true highlights of our community. Didn't know it was the oldest day oldest zoo. And so if you still want to get to the zoo, you have a chance coming up this weekend with a winter day.
So so during the winter time, even though we're closed, we do these winter days, so twice a month, and it's just it's only $5.50 for non-members, free for members, and it's just a different perspective on the zoo. You're not going to see a lot of the warm weather monkeys out on islands, but if it's a beautiful day, the rhino may be out running around, the tigers are out playing. So it's a great way to start kind of seeing some of the changes and get a taste for spring coming.
That's awesome. Well, you can learn everything about the Potawatomi Zoo. It's on Green Lawn Avenue in South Bend. Check out their website. You can give them a call, PotawatomiZoo.org. And you're on Facebook and Twitter and
we do
all of that social media business. So check out the zoo.
Check it out, and we're not done with the zoo just yet. We're going to get more details about a new little guy right here. Stay with us.
that certainly didn't make me feel like I was in South Bend. I mean, that was a really well done spot. And all the exotic, crazy animals that are there at the zoo that we're going to learn about every week. Because the Potawatomi Zoo is going to be here on Hometown Living every week. And today, Josh brought a little visitor from the zoo.
That's right. We have
Look how
cute. This is Olive. She is a southern tree tamandua, kind of better known as a lesser anteater, so a smaller anteater.
Okay.
But, a ground anteater would live on the ground. She pretty much lives in the trees.
Right. When I heard anteater, the other one at the zoo is
It's huge. It's a giant anteater. Yes.
Well,
yes,
the way
yes.
this one is like guzzling that applesauce,
I
it's
know.
going to be big
Now
too.
she's already acting like she's done with that. So these.
Hi, little Olive. Okay, so she had applesauce. This doesn't look as appealing to me.
No, so these are actually grub worms.
Oh, I was going to say Cheerios.
No, well, I guess we could have said Cheerios. But what's crazy about these guys, so look, she has no teeth, so that's the only way she can eat is with her tongue.
So does she just swallow it back in the gullet down the hatch?
Yep, she is. So we look at these claws. She would be in a tree, she'd be ripping bark off, and she'd be taking little grubs like this. So this is actually a very natural way that she'd be eating.
I know.
in the
Okay,
wild.
What's her natural habitat, Josh?
South America. So you'd find these guys all throughout Brazil, down in South America.
Like
so
just in a field, roaming around?
Rainforest.
Rainforest.
Trees. Yep.
So they're all the way climbing all the way up
All
there
the way.
getting their grub.
Yep, tree tamandua.
Do they sleep up there? Do they
They
sleep
do.
upside
Yep,
down?
they'll sleep. They'll roll up in the tree, so they may sleep up in like the hollow of a tree or up on the branches and some bushes.
So when you decide to bring this kind of animal to South Bend, what kind of steps do you take to create that like natural habitat for them?
Well, so an animal like this, so she's part of our ambassador animal program. We feel like it's really important. You know, we don't want it to come across that these make good pets, because they don't at all. But I mean, just having an experience like this up close and being able to learn about these animals, we're finding it really gives that passion and empathy for wildlife, and it's important. So, you know, every animal has a different reason for why it comes to the zoo. So for her specifically, you won't find her on exhibit. You'll see her going out to schools and education programs. But if we were to have a habitat for her, you know, we'd think about her natural behaviors. You know, she climbs trees, so we'd have a lot of trees in there. We'd find plenty of places for her to hide. You know, you're always just thinking about their natural behavior.
So is she just going to be here for a short time?
No, she's actually now she's actually part of the zoo family now, so she will be at the zoo. She's just, we have a special facility back in the back that has, you know, a lot of our
For your ambassador celebrities.
Exactly, so.
We have that here too. Jackie has her own little...
I have my own little spot, and they feed me applesauce
and little tubes
and grub. Yeah, but I think that's so fantastic because, you know, especially with you know, being a mom, you're not going to see this animal, you know, in your neighbor's house, and you want to be able to learn about it. And for you guys to get up close with these kids and really teach them about that, I think that's such an invaluable lesson that they're learning about not only how to take care of somebody other than themselves, but take care of their environment. I know that's a really big push with the zoo as well, is how they can take care of animals like this without ever being in their habitat by taking care of their own habitat.
Well, and that's what's important, and we talk about that. You know, a lot of people that will criticize zoos and say, you know, they shouldn't have zoos or shouldn't be animals. There is so much.
Those people are stupid.
Oh, I love you.
Yes.
Right?
No, but we do. But I can understand sometimes from people's perspectives if you don't understand. So we try to share, though. I mean, there is no better. I mean, just the experience of, you can't see this in a book.
No.
And
no.
You know, who's
or
going to be
online.
Well, and who's going to be our future conservationists if we don't inspire the next generation?
I love
you know,
that.
so it's.
And you were doing that at the zoo. I went there for the first time recently, and even though it was winter, I was like so impressed with the facilities and the buildings, and the staff was so nice to take me around.
Right.
Yeah, it was great.
So if you haven't gone, or you're one of the first
I'm
one,
going to become a member today.
You need to become a member today. I was a member growing up. I probably have 5,000 pictures on that bronze turtle, and now my daughter has 1 million pictures on the bronze turtle. I love that it's been generational because it's the oldest zoo in Indiana.
Yeah, and if you're a family of 4 or 5, just one time going through with admission, that'll pay for your whole membership.
It's really affordable.
It really
you can
does.
come anytime you want.
And you know what? We're going to learn so much about the zoo because you're going to be here every week.
Every
right?
week, yeah. I think you guys are going to come visit us, and it's going to be great.
Check out the Potawatomi Zoo online. Give them a call. They're in South Bend on Green Lawn Avenue, 235-9800, PotawatomiZoo.org. Check out their Facebook, like them. You can go to our Facebook and link to theirs. So check out everything that's going on at the zoo. Coming up next, if you're a fan of the arts, we have details on a great, fun local art fair happening this weekend here in South Bend. Stay with us. For For the Love of the Art Fair is Michiana's only premier indoor art fair, and it's happening this weekend. Here to give us all the details about the show is the producer, Shireen Klein, who, time flies. We've known each other for like 7 years.
Yes, that's correct. When we started in Elkhart.
Yeah, and it's become so popular and so well attended that you've just grown year after year.
We continue to add states as well.
Wow, and so now you're at the Century Center.
Correct.
And you've been there for 4 years.
Correct.
Right? And tell us about that experience.
Well, first of all, the Century Center is in the heart of South Bend, so, and we're connected to the museum.
Right.
So it's just the best place for us. And since we moved it to South Bend, and we are 2 days now.
Love that.
We are drawing artists in from as far as Missouri, Arkansas, and Kentucky.
So this, kind of thing is like vetted, right, or juried. Correct?
Oh yes, it's juried.
So if I'm an artist, I'm going to send you my work and say, hey, do you think this would be a good fit for your show? And you're going to accept it or not.
That's correct.
And so there's a critical eye placed on all of the things that we would be able to see this weekend at the Century Center.
Yeah, so I always mention to the artists that each one of the booths is like your own personal gallery.
I love that.
So everyone has this professional exhibit for you. So when you walk into their booth, it's their gallery space.
And so, not that there's anything wrong with crafting, right? A good craft fair is a great thing. That's not what this is.
Well, we have what we call traditional arts.
Okay.
So when you think of traditional arts, you do think of wood turning, for example, or weaving would be a traditional art.
Yeah, I love that. Fiber art is a big thing now, right? And, so many times I think people think when you say art that you mean painting.
Correct.
Or ceramics. There's such a broad, it just encapsulates so much. And so the fiber art concept is, I think, just fascinating.
Well, of course, because you are a theater major, and you're going to be really happy to hear that Kent Epler, which is one of our artists, is also a theater major.
Oh, I love that. Oh, here's some photos of some of the art that you're going to have.
So that's that is the view of the layout. So you can see it's very professional.
Yes, it is. And so tell us about, what is this here?
Okay, so here's 3 pieces of fiber art. So the first piece is Joe Freemian, and that is a collage of fiber. And he comes from a family of, they were designers, and they...
So the piece that you're talking about is the one with like
in the center, the large center piece, which is a paint. He calls it fiber painting. So that's all collaged, and then he goes in, and he might finish it up with some paint. And then over to the upper box, you'll see that is Marco's work, and he's a 7th-generation weaver from Mexico.
Wow. And right here in South Bend. For the weekend, at least, right?
He's actually, this is his 5th year. He was in Elkhart with us.
I love that. And then, oh, wow, look at, what is this?
So he skipped a little bit, but there was a picture of a character.
On the lower corner, that's the theater guy.
The theater guy, and what he does is he takes, recycles, garments and so forth, and he creates his own characters. So he gives them a voice.
Oh, that's very fun.
And they're only about 3 feet, 4 feet tall.
Oh, that's super fun. Wow, so there's just so much that you could talk about, but the best thing is just go and see.
Oh, right? Yeah. And then you know what? You can pre-shop. So if you go to my website...
I love a pre-shop.
You go to fortheloveofartfair.com.
Yes.
And you can click on where it says the artist, 2020 artist, and you can click on the image. So if you like an image, you click on it, and then it takes you right to their website.
I love that. So for the Love of Art Fair, March 7th and 8th at the Century Center in downtown South Bend, all the information to get you connected is on your screen. Boy, we have a fun, there's so many things to do in our area that I can't get to all of it, and I'm unfortunately going to miss this because I have a show this weekend too, but I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much,
And you know
Craig.
what? We'll be so happy to have you back for the 8th season.
Oh, yes.
Right?
And don't forget that there's live music both days, too.
I love that. Live music is always fun. It brings a lot of energy. So, great. Thank you so much, Shireen, for being with us here today. Allard Park in South Bend's first and oldest park. And if you haven't been in a while, boy, you're missing out. Here to tell us more is Jonathan Park.
Welcome back. This is Hometown Living. I'm Jackie Sharpley.
And I'm Craig Gibson.
Well, Hawaii Five-0 is set to conclude its successful 10-season run with a 2-hour series finale Friday, April 3rd on CBS.
I'm a little embarrassed to say I've never really really watched it.
No, I just always remember it's the theme song with the drums, right?
Yeah, right.
That was the thing,
and
right?
you know, originally it was on air in 1969 for 12 years. So collectively, Hawaii Five-0 has had quite the
They've had
footprint
quite the
on,
run.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that there. So you're not going to want to miss that 2-hour season finale because obviously it's been on for 10 seasons. So it's a very popular show on CBS. I know a lot of people are sad to see it go.
I wonder if Meghan Markle's going to be in the finale.
Make a cameo?
Make
a cameo as herself or not?
Right. I mean, you know, there's all of this business out there about how she wants to break it back into Hollywood and do a movie and become like a Wonder Woman.
She does want to be a superhero. So that was kind of the biggest news is that she had done some voiceover work for Disney. And as we know, Disney owns the world. Marvel. They own the world.
Right.
But specifically the Marvel franchise, which has been huge. I mean, I think superhero movies used to have that stigma for actors. We're not going to do that. But now...
Oh, I love them. I'm shocked at how much I love them, to tell you the truth. But I'm out there right when they come out. I want to see them.
I know. But you're being subdued because, girl, I know you got some opinions on this Meghan Markle.
Wow, you know, the whole Meghan and Harry thing, you know, like, it makes me crazy because when they dated and got married, they knew what they were getting into. So to have all of this drama with this, like, what do they call it?
They called it Megxit.
Yeah.
Megxit.
I just think it's a little ridiculous, and you know, duty first, and the Queen is like all about that, and I love, like, you know, not like Jackie with her trash TV. I like The Crown and those kind of things.
Oh,
so
I watch
feel
that
like
too.
I know these people
I do
personally,
too.
and I just feel like they knew their duty. They should have stuck to the plan and not
Just
done all this drama on the side.
bite your tongue and go for it?
She's like Meghan Markle. It's going to be hard to see her as anything else.
I would agree with that. I think as an audience member watching her in a superhero movie, I'm going to see Meghan Markle in a pencil skirt in my head and not really take her seriously, to be honest.
Right. It's just, you know, she's kind of created this persona, and I don't think that persona wears a cape.
She doesn't wear a cape, but maybe this next gal will. So Good Morning America revealed Monday that Claire Crawley will be the new Bachelorette.
Oh my gosh.
I binge watched the show. I love The Bachelorette. But the big thing is, Craig, so I want to hear your kind of 2 cents about this. She is 38. She is the oldest Bachelorette that they've had before.
Okay, you know what drives... Okay, I don't watch any of this business. None of this trash TV is for me. I mean, it's been around for a long time, so obviously it has some appeal to some people. But here's the thing. She's been like on 2 other shows.
4, I think. 3 or 4. She was on The Bachelor. She was on Bachelor in Paradise. She was on Bachelor Winter Games because obviously they're branching out. But here's the thing. So I watched this current season, and normally they pick the Bachelorette from the current season of The Bachelor. They're all young and very petty, in my opinion.
Jackie,
and they've gotten a lot of flack for that.
Okay. 38 ain't old.
It's
okay?
not.
I'm just saying.
Oh, no, not at all. But a lot of viewers are commenting back to the Bachelor and Bachelorette franchise that you need to get some people that are kind of ready for marriage.
Right.
That are not fresh out of college and looking to be insta famous.
38, she's ready for marriage, I would think. I mean, she's
ready.
been at four times on this shows. She's more than ready. She's prepped and primed and ready to go.
She's primed, ready to go. So we'll have to see how it pans out.
I'm never going to know because I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to watch that one bit.
I'll tell you how it goes.
Okay. Boy, Molly Seidel made the U.S. Olympic marathon team in her first sanctioned marathon. The 25-year-old Boston resident ran the 26.2-mile race at the pace of 5 minutes and 38 seconds.
Woo!
Wow. That was happening in Atlanta on Saturday. She will now start training for the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo, if they even happen, right?
Yeah, and do you know what's so great about her? She went to Notre Dame.
Everybody went to Notre Dame.
Everybody went to Notre Dame. So she went to Notre Dame, so we have some local ties to her, and she ran while she was there. But she was living in Boston, and she was working as a barista and a babysitter. This was her first ever marathon.
Is that crazy?
Like, let's go do that, Craig.
I've seen some of those
run
people,
a marathon and go to the Olympics.
I've seen the people at the coffee shop. They run back and forth pretty quickly to get those coffees made.
That was probably her training and babysitting. I run after my toddler, so you and I were going to sign up. We're going to run a marathon.
Well, you can find out all about everything that we're talking about on our website. It's WSBT.com and search for Hometown Living.
And up next, hear about the new updates coming to the Town and Country Shopping Center. That and more in today's Market Basket coming up.
We have Mary Schoen with us from our friends at the Tribune, the South Bend Tribune. And in the Market Basket, she does a column every week, right?
Yeah, 2 times a week.
2 times?
Wednesdays and Sundays, all about your latest retail and restaurant news.
And I love that because you know, if you've ever been driving and you see they're building a new building or
I do that all the time.
And you're like, I wonder what's going to be there, what's going to be there, and then you try to Google it and you fail. So now I'm just going to call Mary and say, hey girl, what's up on, you know, Day Road?
Well, and if you Google it, the South Bend Tribune does pull up because I most likely have done an article about it in the past. So
Probably. So
and if not, I have a lot of readers that do reach out and say, hey, what's going on here? And if I don't know, then I look into it, and then boom, a column pops right up. So
do the digging.
Just that easy.
That.
Yeah.
So one of them, we have some updates coming to the Town and Country Shopping Center.
Lots of updates coming to Town and Country Shopping Center. So Big Lots had left kind of last year, and so that kind of left a hole in the shopping center. It's one of the oldest shopping centers in the area.
Sure.
So Mishawaka Furniture is actually moving down. They're currently by the Mega Play location, but they're moving down to where
they're staying.
They're staying within Town and Country. They're moving down to where Big Lots was near Hickory Road, and then next door is a new gaming business that just opened, Rivals Gaming. So they do trade cards, and they have all of these competitive trade card games that they have going on, and they opened last week. So that is still kind of up and going.
You know what I love about Town and Country?
What do you love?
I'm not from here. Like Mary, you're homegrown, right?
Homegrown shown, yep.
Me too.
You know, they always have like music piped into the parking lot at the holiday time.
Do they?
They still do it kind of year-round. Yeah, they do
it's
it
so
year-round.
fun.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that.
not holiday music, but they do have music kind of going.
I don't know, it
all
just
the
sets
time.
the tone. I'm like happy.
Sets the tone. Well, there's a lot of new development going in Mishawaka.
Right.
And some new businesses.
Right, and so kind of going back to Town and Country, I just want to let you know, so once Mishawaka Furniture moves, then Christ Child Society is actually going to move into that space. So that is something, they're currently at the St. Patrick's Parish in downtown South Bend, so they're going to be more centrally located come this summer.
Okay.
And so lots of traffic every day.
Yep, so lots of things kind of moving around in that shopping center.
And we're going to get your namaste on because we have a new yoga studio.
New yoga studio in downtown South Bend. It opened last weekend. It's called Bend Yoga, kind of playing on the South Bend, right?
Oh, I was thinking
like
bend your body.
over.
Well, I mean, it could work like that too. It's a nice little play on, right? So Bend Yoga opened in the Hibbard building, like I said last weekend. They offer kind of a wide variety of different classes, and classes start at $16.
Okay.
But there's lots of different
reasonable.
options, you know, memberships, and then you can also do drop-ins and single classes as well, so you can find out more information there.
Mary, the other day I was driving and I realized that the Steak and Shake was no longer on the south side of town. And then I saw that it was like starting to go away. Like,
what's
they're
going
tearing
on
it
there?
down.
So the Steak and Shake actually closed early last year. It was supposed to be remodeled, and then they kind of abandoned those plans. They vacated it, and it's actually being demolished this week. So if you go by, you're going to see kind of an excavator tearing it down. But a new Panera is scheduled to move into that space.
Oh, bigger and better.
And
Love
so
that.
we got something else.
We got something else that might be going in there now. That kind of leads to questions: what's going to happen with the Panera that's directly across the street there? I haven't heard back from the owners of Erskine Village about kind of what the tenancy is going on with Panera, but once we kind of get confirmed plans, you'll be the first to know.
Perfect.
Oh, I love that.
Well, thank you, Mary Schoen. You can check out her Market Basket report twice a week in the South Bend Tribune. Thank you very much. Coming up next, we're going to have a lot more for you. Welcome back. We want to end every show on a positive note.
We do.
So every day we will share a feel-good story that we feel will just brighten up your day.
Today we have a story about a community that is putting their fitness to the test. And it's all the help of veterans. Take a look.
Push-ups, crunches, planks, you name it.
They're doing fitness, or making it hurt until it doesn't hurt anymore, in honor of our nation's wounded, ill, and injured service members and their sacrifices to our nation.
This is the 6th annual Push-Ups for Patriots campaign at Bristol Central High School. Here's how it works. From 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening, a group of students and staff completes 10 push-ups every minute.
Last year I did 600, all in full uniform. This year I'm going to try and do about between 1,000 and 1,500.
And each push-up is for a good cause. The goal of the event is to help wounded veterans and their families cope with the physical and emotional trauma experienced overseas. The money fundraised goes towards the Semper Fi Fund.
They help getting people to appointments, connecting with social workers, with doctors and things like that, all our case managers.
John Plaskanka knows how important the organization's help is for veterans because he's a wounded warrior himself. He was an active member of the Marines for 30 years.
It's really an incredible family that takes care of not only these service members, but their own. All of the members of this organization that actually work can come forward with issues and be taken care of with their needs as well.
John says volunteering with the Semper Fi Fund has helped his own healing process. The nonprofit assists not only with the immediate health needs for injured service members, but also by helping them reintegrate into communities. So for students and staff participating in today's campaign, the temporary pain of push-ups is worth it, knowing the long-term ways military families benefit from the money raised.
When they get back, if they're injured and they need any help, we can help them out in any way possible.
Reporting in Bristol, Aya Galal, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
I think that's amazing. You know, my background is in the fitness industry.
Mine too.
It is. So I love when you can take something that you love and get the community involved and still help somebody out.
I was going to do a little session of push-ups, but you can't show that kind of obscene TV this early in the morning.
Oh gosh. Well, if you want to get more involved or donate, you can go to semperfifund.org/donate.
You know, like,
or do a couple push-ups.
Right, like Jackie was saying, we really do want to end every show with a positive message. And we know that so many of you out there have extraordinary people in your life that are doing extraordinary things right here in our own hometown. So get on our Facebook page and tell us about those people, and maybe they'll end up as our end segment here on
look,
Hometown
that's our
Living.
Facebook page, brand new, so we really want to get you involved, brighten up your day. But
Tell us what you want to see.
Tell us what you want to see, but we know that there's some amazing individuals in our community that are doing wonderful things to help out not only individuals, but our community as a whole. And we want to honor them, and we want to know. We want to have a little bit of a brag for that person. So go ahead and comment on Facebook, share it, like us, all the things.
Yeah, it's really important, I think, and I kind of live this. It's really important to love where you live.
Love where you live. We love where we live. We had so much fun today with so many amazing groups from our community. Potawatomi Zoo, Howard Park, the Love of Art Fair this weekend. I think there's so much to do in our community, but what was your favorite today?
Oh, that's so, I really love the zoo.
I love that. Her name was Olive.
I know, like Popeye's girlfriend. So join us tomorrow for more fun on Hometown Living. I went to the spa,
and
a new
you look
spa.
fantastic.
I know, I have a glow. It was an amazing experience, and we're going to have more of those details.
Plus, we're getting ready for daylight savings time change with a few products that can help you get through the longer days. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
9 a.m.